So, welcome to today's balance in the bind. So, what does that even mean? So, if we're working with binding, may it be here, may it be here, may it even be in the legs, it's understanding how we do that. And then when we start to bring it up to standing, again, how are you going to balance within the bind, working within our core, working in with changing weight from two to one or the other way around. So, yeah, that's basically what that's meaning. But if you are to take that off the mat, you can relate that to anything that you're going through within our lives. So, if you're going through something difficult, may that be the binding part, how are you balancing that with your emotions? How are you balancing that with people within your life? Again, there's a lot of thought that you can put behind a theme like that. So for me, on the mat, it's understanding where we're going with the legs, with the arms, and how much effort it takes within that. And then taking it off the mat, it's the same sort of idea as how much effort it takes to either work through something difficult or to bring something together. I'll leave that to you to relate to your life. But let's start lying all the way down onto our backs. And let's have a full body stretch, maybe even a little windscreen wipe. Your noise feels good. Mm, righto. And then we're going to stretch the legs away from us. And the arms can either be beside us or on the body, totally up to you. But I do want you to close down the eyes, adjust the posture if you need to, but simply taking a beautiful deep inhale through the nose, opening up the mouth and just letting it all go. Again, a lovely deep inhale through the nose and then letting it go. You can take the breath in and out through the nose unless you're congested today. Feeling the belly rise, expand, and fill. And exhaling, maybe you start to pull up that pelvic floor, draw the navel in towards the spine, activating our bandha. Finding your in and your out breath. And if you would like to maybe find the constriction at the back of the throat, that audible sound that ujjayi breath brings. And for me, the ujjayi breath is such a calming yet balanced breath. It brings me here to this present moment when I need a little bit of focus, a little bit of calm, and also that little bit of internal heating. Beautiful. Slowly wiggling your fingers, your toes, bending your knees if they aren't bent already, and placing the soles of the feet onto the mat, interlacing our fingers. And we're just going to start to roll our wrists. And in the other direction. Taking these hands now and placing them behind the head. We're going to start to windscreen wipe the legs from side to side. So maybe widen that stance a little bit more so you can get that nice little bit of twisting, internal, external rotation as well. And I want you to take your knees over towards your left side. You're just going to lean into that side body. So, just like a banana asana without the banana asana legs, they are more so in this windscreen wipe position. Lifting legs up and over to the other side. And again, you'll take that lean into the side body. Good. Gently bringing it back, bringing the legs in. Good. Hugging those knees in towards the chest, lifting up nose, knees, everything crunching up, and then bringing it back down. Again, crunching, drawing everything up, lowering it down, and again. One more. Good. Lowering the knees, legs back down. Lovely. Slowly giving yourself a hug, doesn't matter which arm on the top. And we're going to start to lift and roll the body. Lift, crunch, and roll. Lift, crunch, and roll. And in the other direction. Beautiful. Crossing the other arm on the top. Lifting the legs up towards you. Drop them over towards side for a twist. Still giving yourself that little hug. Up and over, legs to the other side. Gently bring it back. Slowly release. Drawing just the right knee in to let the left leg go. Squeeze it in just a little bit more. We're going to point and roll and flex the foot. Absolutely up to you with what you do here. Open it out to the side for some external rotation, a little wiggle. Up and across the body for one more twist. Gently bring it back to neutral. Right hand to right knee, left hand grabbing the ankle or the foot. Just have a little cradle. Lovely. Bending your left leg, bring it in, cross the right thigh over the top of the left. Giving yourself a hug one more time, squeezing elbows towards knees, bringing it back. Again, a little squeeze and lift. And down, two more. One more. Gently release, squeezing that left knee in towards the chest. Point and flex, roll the foot out, extend your right leg away from you. Opening it out towards the side, a little wiggle. Before you bring that leg up and across the body for the twist. Bring it back to neutral, left hand onto knee, right hand taking the foot, a little cradle, little rock. Before you bring that right leg up and across and giving yourself a hug with the other arm on the top, finding your crunch. See if you can tap the toes down. Lift up a little more and down and again. One more. Lovely. Slowly release, hugging knees in. Let's have a little rock and roll forwards and backwards. Bringing ourselves up towards a seat, just extending your legs out in front of you. Again, point and flex and roll out those feet one more time. Hugging those knees in. Beautiful. Taking a hold of your shins, rounding back, sitting back for that cat. Inhale, coming forward for the cow. Again, sitting back and lifting up. And again, back and up. One more. Lovely. Swinging those legs aside, making our way into 4-point kneeling. tabletop. Shoulders over wrists, hips over knees, knees hip distance apart. My favorite big move, however you feel. I'm going to tuck my toes underneath just to give my feet just a little bit more of a stretch. Good. And then slowly coming in. And if you can, sitting onto your shins, just sitting back. Option, of course, to slide some blocks underneath you if you do have a little bit of a move here. I'm going to come round and face you. We're going to bring our forearms together. Good. Let's open it out, thinking cow, shall I say? Drawing it in, thinking our cat pose. Again, opening out, inhale. Exhalation, rounding in. And again, bringing it back. One more. Good. Holding the forearms together. You're going to power up, squeezing, lifting up and down. I'll come to the side. Squeezing, powering up and down. Again, squeeze, power up and down, rounding it in. Again, squeeze and power up, down. One more. Beautiful. Slowly reaching the arms forward, reaching the legs back into our plank pose. Draw the navel in towards the spine, up and back into down dog. And I want you to pedal out your feet. Walk it out. Beautiful. Raising your right leg high to the sky. Bring that leg through the gates of the arms. Lower your back knee. Raising the arms all the way up for our lunge. Circle the arms back, down and round. And either bringing the forearms together, find your hug, or maybe we can find our first bind, lifting up. Good, holding that lunge here. Draw your navel in towards your spine. Slowly release. Push back in towards your half monkey, taking your hands to the floor or to blocks. Let's shift forward and back, just opening up that quad. One more breath. Bringing your right hand to join the left. Pushing back to that half monkey. Keep walking the arms around, tapping that leg. We'll make our way in towards our gate pose, lifting up. Side body stretch up and over. Bringing it up. Just leaning. Circle the arm past the face. Bend into that front knee, turning out, finding our warrior two. Holding it here. Draw the navel in. Raising the arms up. Past the body, give yourself that hug. Let's start to do a big circle, big movement. And if you feel ready, we can take those arms into your bind and add the circle. One more. Beautiful. Gently release, bringing the hands down towards the floor, walking round to the back of the mat. Keep going, and finding your plank pose. Hold it here. Up and back, downward facing dog. Pedal out your feet. Walking it out. Raising the left leg high to the sky. Bringing that leg through the gates of the arms. Lower your back knee, raising the arms up, circling back, down and round. Bringing those forearms together, or we can find that bind on the other side. Leaning into that leg, draw that navel in. Unbinding, bringing the hands to the floor, we'll push back to the half monkey. Let's glide between the two poses, forward and back. Bringing your left hand to join your right. Slowly walking to the long side of the mat, giving that back leg just that little bit of a turn, bringing ourselves up to our gate pose, leaning into the extended leg. Up and over. As that arm circles past the face, bend into that front knee, finding that kneeling warrior two. Now think to yourself, oh, which arm did I bind before? If you don't remember, it does not matter. Let's start the big circle. Bringing the arms down. Start walking around to the back of the mat or the front of the mat, depending how you think of it, back to your plank pose. Up and back to downward facing dog. Pedal it out. Walking it out. Slowly walking your feet towards your hands. And we'll take a halfway lift when we get here. Exhale, let it go. Again, a halfway lift. And a deep forward fold. Good. Let's take a ragdoll as you hang. Letting your head hang. Taking opposite elbows if that feels good. And when you're ready, slowly releasing the arms. Draw the navel in as you start to peel the body up. Rolling the shoulders, lifting the head, coming into our mountain pose. Lovely. Once we get here, I want you to have a look at your foundation and make sure you're happy with your stance. Pulling up through those kneecaps, all the way up to the pelvic floor, navel towards the spine, shoulders back down and round. We just stand really tall here. Raising the arms all the way up, opening out for a cactus as you open the chest. Bending the knees, bringing the forearms together, rounding it in, holding it here for that moment. Releasing the arms, take them back behind you, extend through the spine, sitting into that like little skier, into a little more weight in towards those toes. Shift the weight back into the heels, lift the torso ever so slightly, raise the arms, finding your chair pose. And then gently release back to your mountain. Again, raise the arms up, finding that cactus. Rounding it in, sitting back. Good. Extend the arms behind you, changing the spine. Good. Finding that little bit of extension, leaning in towards those balls of the feet. As we shift the weight back into the heels, raise the arms, lift the torso ever so slightly into your chair. Exhale, deep forward fold. Halfway lift, inhalation. Exhalation, step back to your downward facing dog. Raise your right leg nice and high to the sky. Shift forward, draw knee towards nose. But instead of stepping that foot forward, cross the thigh over the top of the right. Lift the hips up in towards like a downward dog, but with the thigh crossed. Bend that supporting down dog leg. Draw the navel in towards the spine. Hold, hold, hold. Lovely. Now as you shift forward, step that right foot through the gates of the arms. Ground the back heel, cartwheel the arms, finding your warrior two. Hold. Straighten the front leg, turn the toes to face alongside the mat, turn the heels in, bend your knees, draw those elbows in with some resistance, and out. And again, bending in and out. One more. Bend, hold it here. Slowly release the arms, finding that bind up and over. Doesn't matter which arm. Have a little look. Think, okay, that's what I've got. Hold. Straightening the legs. Turn the toes in. Exhale, find the deep forward fold. Softening those knees. Walking your hands around to the back of the mat. And you'll step back to your downward facing dog. Paddle it out. Raising the left leg high. Drawing that knee in towards your nose. Shifting the hips back as the thigh crosses over the top. Soften the knee, bending into that leg ever so slightly. Really good. And then changing it as that foot steps through the gates of the arms. You ground your back heel and cartwheel. We find our warrior two. Holding that here. Straighten the front leg. Turn the toes to the long side of the mat. Turn the heels in. Bend your knees, bringing the forearms together. Powering it up to star pose, so opening it out. Bring the resistance in. Elbows into the side body, knees out and up. And again, bringing it in and out. Now think to yourself, which one or which arm was in the front before when I did this pose? So when you're ready to find the bind with the other arm on the top, good, we're nice, sitting low, but we're going to lift the heels. We're going to lower the heels down. Again, lifting your heels, lowering it down. And again, power it up. Lovely, slowly release. Unbinding. Turning the toes, nose diving forward. Walking your arms around to the front of the mat, bend into that front knee, back to your downward facing dog. Pedal it out. Good. Raising the right leg high. Bring that leg through the gates of the arms. Beautiful. You're going to pick that back leg up, so powering it up. Draw that navel into spine, flex through that foot. Option to keep the arms where they are, or you can start to lift the torso. We're going to power in towards our warrior three. Good. Slowly bring everything back together. Sit back into your chair pose. Beautiful. Exhale, deep forward fold. Halfway lift. Stepping back, plank pose. Hold it here. Back and up, downward facing dog. Raising your left leg nice and high. Bring that leg through the gates of the arms. Shift the weight into that front foot. Power and lift that back leg up. Option to stay here. Or lifting the torso, reaching the arms. It doesn't matter where they go. Reaching it back. Bring it all together. Chair pose. Exhale, deep forward fold. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, step back, plank pose. Downward facing dog. Good. Raise that right leg high. Bring the leg through the gates of the arms. Float that back leg up when you're ready. Good. Options to stay here. Options to lift. Maybe bring the forearms together or find a hug into that warrior three. Now, as we make our way into chair, lift the torso. Maybe change the arms if you feel ready into eagle. Hold. Hold. Unbind, release, deep forward fold. Halfway lift, inhalation. Exhalation, step back to your plank pose. Up and back, downward facing dog. Good. Left leg lifting high. Bring that leg through the gates of the arms. Float that back leg up. When you're ready, maybe lifting into a hugged warrior three. Bringing the feet together. Maybe you find your binded arms into your eagle. Slowly release. Deep forward fold. Halfway lift, inhalation. Here we go. Stepping back, plank pose. Up and back, downward facing dog. Right leg lifts high. Bring the leg through the gates of the arms. Float that back leg up. When you're ready, maybe find your arms of choice. I'm going straight into my eagle bind. Instead of making my way into chair, I'm going to draw that back leg up into my H balance. So lifting it up. Tap the foot down if you need to. Bend into the supporting leg. Let's cross the thigh over the top. Bam, we're an eagle. Hold it here. Bringing the feet together, unbind, deep forward fold. Halfway lift, inhalation. Exhalation, step back, plank pose. Downward facing dog. Left leg, lifting it high. Bring the leg through the gates of the arms. Float that back leg up. Are you ready? Let's go into your choice of arms. Lifting into your warrior three. Good. When you're ready, bring that back leg forward and up into your H balance. Soften into that supporting leg, finding your eagle. Boom. Hold. Bringing the feet together, unbind, deep forward fold. Halfway lift, inhalation. Exhalation, step back to plank pose. This time, let's either to lower the knees or shift forward. Let's find a chaturanga. Lowering all the way down, scoop up to your cobra. Up and back, child's pose as we rest. Really good. Rippling through your body and back to 4-point kneeling. Let's go through a round of cat-cow. Inhale, open the chest, lifting, and taking a lovely deep breath in. Exhale, curl it underneath. Let it all go. Good, couple rounds, just the same. Inhale forwards. Exhale back. And again. Lovely. Slowly raise your right arm up towards the ceiling. Thread it underneath your left. Nice. Reaching the other arm forward. Slowly releasing, bringing it back up. Other arm all the way up. Find your inhale and threading through. Slowly coming in. Beautiful. Slowly sliding the knees together, sitting onto a hip. But we're going to twist all the way around to the back of the mat, extending your legs out in front of you, raising the arms up. Inhale. Exhale, let's find our deep forward fold. We're going to take a halfway lift here. Exhale, let it go. And again, lifting up. And letting it go. One more. Slowly releasing, bending both knees, bringing the soles of the feet together, sitting into our butterfly position. Again, we're going to lift up, find our inhale. Exhale, maybe bring the elbows to your knees as we fold forward. Slowly coming up, drawing the knees together. I'm going to roll all the way down and hug your knees in towards your chest. Extending the legs up towards the ceiling, rolling out your ankles. Finding our happy baby as maybe take the big toes or the soles of the feet and we have a little rock from side to side. I like to bring the soles of feet together, coming into that happy butterfly and just allowing my spine to be nice and long and neutral. Good. Slowly bringing everything together. Soles of feet back down onto the mat, interlacing our fingers. Let's windscreen wipe the legs one direction and we'll lean into the side. So my knees are to my right and I'm leaning into the right side. Having the stretch through my quad as I think about drawing that knee down, almost tilting the hip up ever so slightly as well. Lifting up and over to your other side. Slowly bring it back. A full body stretch. Oh. And when you're ready to find your final position, may that be lying on your back, side, seat, maybe the arms away from you, maybe the arms on you, it does not matter. What matters is that you are comfortable. And you come back to our breath, noticing your inhale, noticing the exhale. Just noticing how you feel in this moment. Maybe by moving today, binding today, you've been able to balance yourself out. Of course, you always have the option to stay exactly as you are, or bend your knees, roll to a side, use your hand to bring you up to a seat. However, you want to sit is totally up to you. Raising the arms up, giving yourself that hug as the arms cross over, giving yourself a big Sufi roll as you release through that body. Changing up the other arm, maybe going in the other direction. And gently release, raising the arms up. Bring the palms together, down through the midline, in towards your heart space. Hoping we've brought some balance within our binds today. And I thank you so much for letting me be your guide. Namaste.